Look, there's no doubt about it. I hate unloading like dirty race cars, but it hurts worse whenever you're unloading one that's dirty and it didn't even, you know what I mean? It didn't even get to do anything. That sucks. But before we get anything done today, we gotta go ahead and take care of this. Oh, where is it? There it is. Take care of this nail in the old wife's tire. Well, she wanted to do some trim out here, and she lost one of the nails. And there it sits. We found it. It's not lost anymore. So, the old Fast Farm Tire Repair Center. That's who we are. All right, let's take a peek. Let's do a roundabout here. We got some mud on the tires. Enter that country song where they say that. I don't know the name of. Well, it's probably called Mud on the Tires, right? I would assume so. That's pretty dumb. Sorry. But as we continue our trip around, I mean, that's pretty much it. There's just some dirt, El Dirte over here. And I've looked under the car and there's some in normal places, but not much. Cleanup is not gonna be a big deal today. I'm just gonna hit the tires and then I'm gonna knock some off the frame and we're gonna pull it in the garage. All right, car's back home. We'll get it cleaned up tomorrow, but for today, I'm on a limited schedule. And I want to talk to you guys about a few things. Just a couple things today, just a few things. So first off, Morgantown, when I left the racetrack, they said they was gonna run us this Saturday. It's usually a 2-day event for the Hope for Harley thing that they're having, but I don't know. They said they were gonna run us. I don't know if it'll be 2 days or just the 1 day, or if they're just bringing us down there to make up our feature, or if they're gonna give us the full thing. I don't know. We are as lost as you are on that. We'll see what happens. They're supposed to be posting something today, so I'll try to share it on my Facebook page, and maybe that'll clear things up for us. I should also issue an apology for anyone that went to Windy Hollow on Sunday and didn't check our Facebook and they were expecting to see us. I am sorry that we did not go. A couple of factors played into that. We had some life come up that we wanted to take care of, and then we also kind of saw an opportunity. Last week, we kind of threw the car together to go racing, and we didn't give everything the check that we wanted to. We didn't go over everything that we wanted to, and I didn't get to do everything that I wanted to. And now I've got like this free week, and also I've got a bonus race that we weren't expecting to have next Saturday. So it was an unfortunate incident that just made sense. So I apologize if you went. We are planning to come back to Windy Hollow at some point this season, if they'll have us. I don't understand their schedule when it comes to crate late models, but we do plan on coming back. I hope you come and see us, and I'm sorry about that. So now let's talk about rainouts and how rainouts work in the dirt track racing world. It is now and has always been, and I'm talking about local shows like your weekly event, those kinds of things. To me, it has always been, if they make it through the heats, generally it's a full show. Now, sometimes it's if they make it through the heats and they start a feature, it's a full show. And any admission, any wristbands for the pits, any tickets at all are null and void. They're complete. The thing that I have never seen done ever in the history of racing ever is a refund on the ticket, unless we're talking about a big show that ultimately gets rained out. Sometimes you'll see those refunded, or they'll just say, save your band and you can come to this show. They'll substitute a show or something like that. But I don't know that I've ever seen a refund from a dirt track ever. Is that the right thing? Is that the right thing? Is that the wrong thing? I don't know. I don't know what I would assume it's just always been that way. So generally it's kind of hard. If it's always been that way, it's kind of hard to argue it, right? It's kind of hard. The other thing that I see an awful lot is whenever a racetrack will cancel the races before even any tickets have come out, they'll just rain out. Hey, we can't get the track right. We can't blah, blah. We're going to have to call it good. And we're not racing, so we're going to cancel. I see tracks getting absolutely lit up over that decision on Facebook. I see them get lit up like, oh, you guys just don't want to race or blah, blah, blah. It makes no sense because those dudes want to race because they want to make the money. Like, they're the ones that are making the money in the operation. They get the ticket sales, the concession sales, merch sales, whatever they have there. Trust me when I tell you that rainouts are not good for the bottom line if you own a racetrack. Now, I know I've never owned a racetrack, but just basic business sense, like Walmart doesn't want to close its doors for a day because then they would lose their customers. Racetracks don't want to rain out because they'll lose their customers. So if you see a racetrack rain out and they call it before anyone even gets there, it's actually a blessing to you because you weren't going to get your money back if you paid to get in. And now you don't have to worry about like coming back for another show or anything like that. It's just rained out. It's not a big deal. It's not because they hate you, the fans. It's not because of anything other than the fact that it just rained out. It just rained out and no one's doing anything that night. Now I would be dumb. I would be dumb if I didn't think there was some racetrack manipulation of a rainout, right? I think there is some racetrack manipulation of a rainout. Meaning that I think sometimes they will rush the heats or they will maybe cut the laps of the heats or something to that effect so that they can get the heats done and then they can tell you, full show, sorry about your luck. I've also seen like where there's rain on the radar and everyone knows there's rain on the radar and everyone has seen the rain on the radar and there's no doubt that we're gonna get wet. There's just zero doubt we're gonna get wet. But they don't call the race until the water comes and then they just issue the free passes for the next event because they still get money in from the tickets that sold for the grandstands, the pits, those kinds of things. Maybe they sell a little bit of concessions, that kind of thing. And then all they're out is a free pass that you may or may not even use to get back into the racetrack for another event. So if you're looking for a solution, right? I think we always are looking for solutions. I think that the system that's in place is perfectly fine. If you get through the heats, call it a night. Or if you want to start a feature, if we start a feature, then we call it a night. But to that, I would say run it like it was going to be a normal night. Don't cut your heat race laps. Don't wave a heat race off. Be honest about it. Like if you didn't get all the laps in, or if you didn't get all the heat races in, maybe you just got all of them but one, you're like, it's close enough. Be transparent and be honest. Run it like a real night, and if it rains out, it rains out. And then, it is what it is. And some tracks do this, some don't. Some are better at it than others, and some are worse at it than others. But have your rainout policy posted pretty clear to people as they come in. Doesn't mean they're going to read it. But it does mean that you can show that policy if, in fact, a rainout does happen. I think we covered rainouts pretty good right there. I think that's pretty much all that needs to be said about rainouts. Like I say, tracks want to race. They want the money, right? They're wanting to make as close to a profit as they possibly can. And by leaving the gate shut, they're probably not going to be making a profit. So they're looking for that profit line. And if you're a race fan and you know there's rain coming, but you want to go to the track just in case it breaks up or something like that, maybe wait in your vehicle or something to that effect. Or if you just know it's coming, just don't go. Just don't go. It's no big deal. I've done it. I did it for the toilet bowl. I saw the rain was coming. There was a no doubter for me. A lot of people went. My racetrack stalker got really mad at me. I'll tell you about him some other day. But at the end of the day, I knew it was going to rain, and then it did rain. So no, I'm not going to take the chance to roll this car out and lose money on entry fees and fuel and all that stuff. I just knew it was going to rain, so I just didn't go. The one thing that I can't change that I wish I could change is that rainouts suck. They just suck, and there's really nothing. There's better ways to do it, and then there's worse ways to do it. If you've got any suggestions as to how a rainout should be handled, I'd love to hear it in the comments. Maybe I'm missing something there. Probably am. I'd be curious to hear how you even approach rainouts. Like if you know it's going to rain, what do you do? Do you risk like traveling maybe halfway and waiting? What do you do? I don't know. The plan for this week, I've got to do some more juju up here. I think I have found the ultimate problem to our push, and I'm going to get that fixed this week. The poopy part about that is the change that I have to make is kind of a wild one. So I really don't know as far as like the ultimate effect of what it's going to do, but we're gonna have to take that chance and just see what we can do to remedy the situation. So I'm nervous about how the car will handle after I make this change, but at the end of the day, this change has to happen. Has to happen. There are some other odds and ends that are gonna go on with this sucker this week. I'm hoping to do one more video this week, but we are gonna get back into doing some lives this week, so I hope to see you there. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I can't wait to hear from you guys. I enjoy seeing the interactions. I love each and every single one of you. Wait, of you. But now, I gotta go.